Hello Internet, this is Olin from What I'm Listening To, here once again with another episode of Quickies. The first album I have today is the Beastie Boys album, Hello Nasty. This album was put on by my coworker Sean, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. Not that I really have any doubts on listening to any Beastie Boys record and if it's going to be bad, but their later albums tend to get overshadowed by their more famous earlier releases. The highlight song off of this is Intergalactic, but the rest of the track list should not be ignored because there are a lot of great things on here. Songs that honestly don't sound like something the Beastie Boys would do. I feel like they've really honed their craft on this. They kind of did that nice mixture of rock, rap, a little bit of electronica and funk. They're all over the place, but in a very, very good way. But yeah, this is a really, really cool record, and again, overshadowed by the early works. This artwork is nuts. Not sure how I feel about the fold-out packaging, how it's this ridiculously long length, but it's unique, I'll give it that. Yeah, this I'm excited to listen to more closely. It's a fun record. Hopefully it translates well over headphones as it did when I listened to it through speakers in store. Next up, I have a best of the band Sweet. This was playing in store today, as of this recording, actually, and the song Ballroom Blitz reminded me, well, first off, that it's a great song, but it really made me realize that I've not listened to anything else by this band. I don't know if I would consider them a one-hit wonder, considering that there is a best of here, and I've heard other people make references to the band and some of their other songs, but Ballroom Blitz is the one they're most notable for. So I am going to educate myself by listening to this. And I really liked what I was listening to in store. I don't think it was this particular CD we were listening to, but it definitely had Ballroom Blitz on it. Yeah, excited to check this one out, and hopefully I find some songs just as good as Ballroom Blitz. Next up, I have some metal here. I have an Armageddon album. I can't remember what this is called. Only True Believers. As you can see here, this is a recommended album by my coworker Doc. He works on the metal section extensively and knows more about metal than I think anybody I know does. I guess in comparison, I dabble in metal, particularly black metal, so I'm interested in educating myself a little bit more. So he told me to check this one out. He said it's pretty straightforward black metal, which he also preferenced. That can be hard to find good stuff. Some of it's really good and some of it's really bad, but he likes this one. So looking at this cover, I can tell this is very, very much a black metal record. It reminds me a lot of the packaging from like a Dark Throne or even a Mayhem album with like the band members back here and the crazy font for the track list and the like black and white cover that's like super, super faded to the point where you can't quite see what it is unless you look at it closely. I can't get the booklet out. It'd be nice if I could. Oh, goodness. There we go. I love when they show the lyrics to black metal songs, because sometimes it just sounds like incoherent screams and screeches. So it's almost like, what's the point of even having lyrics? But believe it or not, they're actually saying stuff. Okay, I've bashed this enough. I haven't even listened to it, but I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I've been wanting to educate myself more in the black metal world, so this one hopefully will do just that. Next up, this one is pretty comical to be showing. I have Metallica's Saint Anger. Yes, the infamous, terrible, terrible Metallica album. This, I guess, can be kind of a teaser to a video I'm working on involving bad albums. And I really hadn't listened to this album. I only know about it just because of how bad it is considered. But I sampled it the other day, and I just found myself going, oh no, I actually kind of like it. And my reasoning for that is because it's very nu metal sounding. It sounds like something that Korn or all those guys from that era would put out. And I'm kind of a sucker for it just because I grew up listening to a lot of nu metal. So despite the fact that this is like the least Metallica sounding album out there, and that snare, I want to give it a full proper listen. So I'm renting it out, and I'm honestly really excited to listen to it because I want to know if it's as bad as everybody makes it out to be, or if I will end up loving it. And I'm also noticing there are 2 discs. I'm not sure what this is. Is this a DVD? Yeah, it's a DVD. I don't know if I'm going to watch this. Frankly, I think I'm going to leave that unwatched. I'm just going to listen to the music. That's what I'm here for. This booklet is thick. Thick with lyrics and drawings and photos of the band. I don't know if I want to go through all that, but yeah. It's Saint Anger. It's Metallica. More on this later on. Okay, the last album I have today, I have Weezer's album, OK Human. I would say this is their most recent release, but Van Weezer just came out not too long ago. This album came out earlier this year and got incredibly rave reviews. Now, I personally feel like Weezer should have stopped a long time ago because they have just been putting out all these albums that really are not that great. But for whatever reason, this one has been getting rave reviews, and I want to listen to it myself. I'm not completely big of a fan of the title, which is obviously a OK Computer nod, but there is something to this album that people seem to love, and I'm admitting that I might be missing out on it, so like I said, I want to check it out myself and see what I can hear. I will say the cover art is pretty cool. Lots and lots to look at here. Not much in the booklet department. This is a far cry from the Metallica booklet we were just looking at. But yeah, I will have to report back on how I feel about this one after finally giving it a listen. And that might have been the last album I loaned out, but actually I do have a bonus one I want to share. This is Strictly Dub, Blackbeard. This was playing in the store a while ago, and I was kind of digging it. I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to dub music. I couldn't tell you a dub musician if you were to ask me to name one. But I do like what I've heard, and so I was enjoying this, and sure enough, someone purchased it. But that said someone was really, really cool and allowed me to borrow it from him. So he came back a couple days later with the album and said, hey, I remember you saying you liked this. Why don't you give it a listen yourself? So I have it now. I'm going to put it on my computer. I'm going to give it a listen, and I'm looking forward to it. So shout out to that customer. Well, it looks like this might be a poster. Yep, it is poster type booklet here. Looks like it's all background on each song, or the making of the album for that matter, which I'm actually really fascinated by, so I'll have to give that a read. But yeah, this one should be a really nice listen, nice relaxing listen. Looking forward to checking it out. Anything under here? No, just more advertisement for other stuff that the label put out. Okay, that concludes this one. I appreciate you all watching. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you all in next week's Quickies. Goodbye.